Check, check. Check one, check two, check, check.
Written by Neil deGrasse Tyson, August 12th, 1985. A date etched in tragedy. On this day, Japan Airlines Flight 123, a Boeing 747, crashed into the mountains of Japan. This remains the deadliest single aircraft accident in history. 520 lives were lost. It was a day of profound sadness and a stark reminder of the fragility of life. The events of JL 123 sent shockwaves through the world. They forced us to confront the complexities of aviation safety. The crash of JL 123 was not just a Japanese tragedy, it was a global event. It reminded us that we are all connected in this journey of life, and sometimes tragedies like this can strike, leaving us to pick up the pieces and learn from the wreckage. The story of JL 123 is a story of human error, but it is also a story of courage, resilience, and the pursuit of a safer tomorrow. Flight JL 123 was a domestic flight in Japan. It departed from Tokyo's Haneda Airport at 6:12 p.m. Its destination, Osaka International Airport. On board were 509 passengers and 15 crew members. The aircraft was a Boeing 747SR. This variant was designed for short-range flights. It was popular for domestic travel within Japan. The flight was expected to be routine. Captain Masami Takahama was an experienced pilot. He had over 12,000 flight hours. First Officer Yutaka Sasaki and Flight Engineer Hiroshi Fukuda were also highly qualified. The weather was clear. Takeoff was uneventful. The first few minutes of the flight proceeded normally. Passengers settled in for the short trip. Little did they know tragedy lay ahead. 12 minutes into the flight, disaster struck. A loud bang echoed through the cabin. The aircraft shuddered violently. The pressure bulkhead, a critical component separating the pressurized cabin from the tail section, had failed catastrophically. This failure caused a rapid decompression. It also severed hydraulic lines crucial for controlling the aircraft. The tail fin was also damaged. The situation was dire. The pilots faced multiple system failures. They struggled to maintain control of the aircraft. The Boeing 747, now without most of its hydraulic pressure, became extremely difficult to maneuver. The pilots fought against the forces acting on the plane. They used varying engine thrust to try and control the altitude and direction. Their actions were heroic. The pilots issued a distress call. They declared an emergency to air traffic control. They communicated their struggle to control the aircraft. The situation was becoming increasingly desperate. The cockpit voice recorder captured the sounds of the struggle. We hear the pilots' voices, calm and professional amidst the chaos. They never gave up. For 32 agonizing minutes, the pilots fought to regain control. The aircraft, crippled and unstable, was tossed around the sky. Passengers, aware of the dire situation, penned farewell notes to loved ones. They braced for impact. The crew, despite the hopeless situation, never stopped trying to save the aircraft and the lives entrusted to them. Section 5. The Mountain Looms Impact and Aftermath. Despite the heroic efforts of the crew, the inevitable happened. At 6:56 p.m., 44 minutes after the initial explosion, Japan Airlines Flight 123 crashed into Mount Takamagahara. The impact was devastating. All 520 souls on board perished. The crash site, a remote and mountainous region, was difficult to access. Rescue teams arrived at the crash site the next morning. They were met with a scene of unimaginable devastation. The wreckage was scattered over a large area. It was a testament to the violence of the impact. The scale of the tragedy was immense, leaving the nation in mourning. This was the deadliest single aircraft accident in history. Section 6. Unraveling the tragedy, the investigation. Immediately after the crash, a full-scale investigation was launched. The Japanese government formed a commission. Their goal was to determine the cause of the crash. The investigation was thorough. It involved analyzing the wreckage, the flight data recorder, and the cockpit voice recorder. They also interviewed maintenance personnel and Boeing representatives. The investigation revealed a tragic chain of events. It started with a faulty repair performed by Boeing 7 years prior. This improper repair weakened the pressure bulkhead. This led to its eventual failure. The investigation found that Boeing's repair did not meet their own standards. It also found that Boeing's subsequent inspections failed to detect the flaw. Section 7, a failure of many parts, lessons from the wreckage. The investigation concluded that the crash of JL-123 was preventable. It was a result of a series of errors. The initial faulty repair, the inadequate inspections, and the lack of a fail-safe design all contributed. The crash highlighted the importance of meticulous maintenance procedures. It also revealed the need for robust safety regulations and oversight. The JL-123 crash brought about significant changes in the aviation industry. It led to improvements in aircraft design. It also led to better maintenance practices. The tragedy forced the aviation industry to confront its shortcomings. It made safety a top priority. The lessons learned from JL-123 continue to shape aviation safety protocols to this day. Section 8. Remembering the victims. A nation mourns. The crash of JL-123 had a profound impact on Japan. The nation mourned the loss of 520 lives. It was a national tragedy. Memorials were erected near the crash site to honor the victims. They serve as a somber reminder of the tragedy. They also stand as a testament to the importance of aviation safety. The crash also had a lasting effect on the families of the victims. They had to cope with the sudden loss of their loved ones. Many families visit the crash site annually. They pay their respects and remember those lost on that tragic day. The memory of JL-123 serves as a reminder of the human cost of aviation accidents. Section 9, a legacy of safety. JL-123's impact on aviation. The crash of Japan Airlines Flight 123 was a pivotal moment in aviation history. It led to significant improvements in aircraft safety. These improvements have made flying safer for everyone. The tragedy of JL-123 serves as a constant reminder of the importance of vigilance. It highlights the need for continuous improvement in aviation safety. The legacy of JL-123 is one of tragedy and loss. However, it is also a legacy of lessons learned and progress made. The aviation industry learned from its mistakes. It made changes to prevent a similar tragedy from happening again. The crash of JL-123, though a dark chapter, ultimately led to a safer sky for all.